Good day, YouTube. I think it's the 11th of October, 2024. And this is another golf cart. It's an electric one. So this came up very suddenly a couple days ago. I'll tell you more about it later on. I have an opportunity coming up that I'll explain, and I needed a electric golf cart, kind of a late model Yamaha. I only work on Yamaha, so it's the only one I want to do. Not that there's anything wrong with the other ones, but let's just specialize in something you know what you're working on kind of deal. So that's kind of what we're doing here. So this is a 2018 Yamaha Drive 2 48 volt cart. Bought it from my golf cart guy. They're a golf cart dealer. And the word was it needs batteries and a controller. Okay. So it's a non-op rig, non-operational, doesn't run, and often they don't deal with those. So I picked one up a couple weeks ago, 2010 gas model, Yamaha Drive G29, and then I called them because I needed an electric one, and they had this one. So we made the deal, bought it sight unseen, a couple pictures, went up and picked it up. My only real disappointment so far is the seat is not a Yamaha seat. Somebody stuck it on there. It's sitting over there on the building. It's not a Yamaha seat. That's a bummer, because I can't upholster that. I don't have the right armrests, etc., etc. So back to this. I was told the batteries, it needs batteries and needs a controller. Well, these batteries don't look old. Nothing's corroding, which they tend to do when they get late in life. I don't know what year they are. I haven't seen a sticker or anything, but I grabbed my voltmeter and I started checking them, and I have, these are 8 volt batteries, so I have 8.1 volts roughly on all the batteries. So there's not even one that's gone bad. I don't have the means to charge 8 volt batteries here today. That might change tomorrow, because I'm gonna get on Amazon, see what's out there. I've got a couple ideas. And then needs a controller. Well, I was about to pull this rear cover off. The bolts are broke through the plastic, and I thought, oh, I'm not even showing you guys what's going on here. I haven't had this off. There we go. There we go. I did take it to the car wash. It wasn't horrible. Bad controller. See there? Somebody says it's a bad controller. I see they've taken bolts loose. Kind of sitting there. Well, you know, I've dealt with one of these before that didn't work when I got it, and it ended up working. So I'm up to playing with this a little bit. Other than that, I would order a controller like today. It is a stock controller. It looks just like the last one I had. It was an 08 Drive 1. Bad controller. Okay. Well, for fun, I'm going to tighten up those bolts and things and hook the batteries back up. I should get on Amazon and get me a charger coming. Something that can charge these, either a 24 volt charger, I can charge them 3 at a time, or a 48 volt charger that will also do lithium as well as these. So I need to go do that real quick, because the day is drawing to a close. If I stand any chance of getting something tomorrow, I gotta order it now. So let's go do that, and then we're gonna play with this controller a little bit. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, good news. I had this 24, it's a 12 or 24 volt charger. At 12 volts, 35 amps. At 24 volt, it's 18 amps. And I thought it was bad. I actually had 3 of these. 2 were in my electric car. One of them in the electric car wasn't working, so I swapped it out with the 3rd one that I had, and this is your electric car's gone, chargers went with it. This is the one I thought was bad. I had it just sitting, and I drug it out and put it on a 12 volt battery, and it works. So I just had a friend stop by, and he's got a golf cart, and was thinking that the charger he's got, the 48 volt charger he's got, it's not functioning well, but he has a 24 volt big charger. And anyway, I showed him how to connect it to his golf cart. He's got 6 volt batteries, I have 8, so 8 times 3 is 24 volt charger. So we'll start at the negative. That's the negative that goes to the controller. Okay, so negative to positive, that's 1 battery, right? Negative to positive, that's battery number 2. Negative to positive, battery number 3, right? 3 times 8 is 24, so positive there, negative there. We are now charging these 3 batteries separately, and then tomorrow we'll charge those 3 batteries. So I saved myself a couple bucks evidently, and we're going to let this charge. It's a smart charger. These are really good, except I thought this one jumped out on me. So it's 24 degrees Celsius. It's charging at 27.4 volts, 16.4 amps. It'll probably keep climbing. It's watching temperature, 16.4. So that's what it's happy charging. And the little graph shows it about 60%. So I think this is going to charge most of the night. This cart has a roof, so if it rains, I don't think I'm going to damage my charger. So very happy this runs. Hopefully it continues, and then I can fiddle with this controller and tighten things up. So with fully charged batteries, tighten this controller up. Again, I've been here before. I thought I had a bad controller in that 08 cart that I did some time ago when I painted red, but things started to work a little bit, so I'm going to proceed cautiously and going to do my own diagnosis. Once again, they said this needs batteries. I don't think so, Tim. And they said that controller's bad. Well, it's not bad till I say it's bad, right? Here we go. All right, boys and girls, I've got all those connections tightened up on the controller. I hooked the battery back up, the charge wire and the one going to the solenoid. I don't claim to know a bunch about the electrics on this. I worked on that one, and I believe I got lucky. So I don't know. I mean, if this thing works, it's kind of a miracle. 95% sure whoever diagnosed this is correct, that the controller is bad, but never know. Okay, so tow switch is on. We'll go to run, and I get clickage. Okay, well, I heard the relay kick. I heard it click when I turned on the switch. So let's kick the, we're in forward. Kick the brake off. Back to on. Forward. It's on the trailer, it can't go anywhere. Oh my God. Yeah. My rope still on? Yeah, we're going for reverse. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Reverse? No reverse. Why doesn't it go reverse? I don't know. But it goes forward. Oh, it doesn't anymore. Okay, here's the deal. A couple years ago when I did it at a cart, it would work a little bit, and then it would quit. Then it would work a little bit, and it would quit. And then it would work a little more than it did the last time, then it would quit. But at the end of the day, I'm fiddling with it. It worked all the time. And then online on the groups page, there's been a couple other people that experienced the same thing. So we turn everything off, let it sit a minute, and then kind of bring it back. See it jump, then it quit. So we'll turn it off. We're gonna go reverse this time, okay? Let it sit a sec while we're bringing batteries up 100% too, right? So one theory was, and this just happened the other day, it was a comment on my older video, that they thought the motor might have been wet, and I thought at the time like the controller drew some moisture or something. Like, what if we put like a heater back here and put that cover back on to kind of keep some heat in for a while? Or back in the day we'd put light bulbs in there. LEDs aren't very hot. Okay, so let's just see if it's a reverse thing. Okay, so back to run, reverse, on, yeah. So it tried to go in reverse 2 times. This is exactly what that last one did on me. Exactly. It even spun the tire. Okay, my brain's moving here a little bit. This is exactly what the last one did. And I'm thinking, this thing got wet. If we dried it out, will it work? I think it's certainly worth playing with here. I don't think it's gonna rain tonight. I didn't take this thing to the car wash and get it wet in there. I did on the outside. So I'm thinking to get a small heater and let's heat this stuff up. It should have sat through the hot summer this summer, but I don't know where this has been when they got it. Oh, wait a minute. There might be a date on it. They tag these. That's for me. Did they date this thing? New controller. Sell as is. Okay, well, I could also put a jack underneath this thing and let it run. See, that was the difference, is that I took it out of run mode last time. That time I left it in run mode and it didn't reset itself. It's this cool off reset thing. Let's see if it'll do it quickly. Run, reverse. Did it for a sec. And the longer I left things off, the more it did its thing. Alright, I'm gonna go get a heater. Here we go. Alright, I got a heater in place. I'm just gonna run it on high. I'm gonna slip that cover back on to kind of contain the heat. So, here's some scenarios. These things are probably always gonna look dirty back here, but that is mud, right? Did somebody drive this through the water? Did they back it into the hazard, water hazard? I think all kinds of things can happen. So running that heater wide open against that motor ain't gonna hurt the motor at all. It's stone cold at the moment. So all these things could happen if we could dry it out, which is what I think I did when I was playing with the last one. And I'm going to play with this off camera too. I'm going to jack up the rear end and get the wheels a spinning instead of under a load. Because that's what I did before. I'm just doing things I did before, and that cart turned out great. I mean, I didn't have to put batteries in it or nothing. I got that cart for like $400, and I fought with it and fought with it. It was rough. Go back and watch those videos. It was spray painted, the rattle can. It was ugly, but it turned out so nice. And we took that on a trip for. We took it to 10 different dirt track races in 11 days, and we took it out in the pits before and after the races and stuff, and it was pretty cool. Now, and then I sold that for $5,000, and I'd done a lot of work to it, put lights and everything on it. But then I thought I really want to do gas carts, cost of the batteries and so forth. So here's the deal, boys and girls. I got contacted by a lithium battery company that wants to work with me to do a lithium cart, and that's why I reached out to my golf cart guy to land this one. So I was real fortunate to get a late model cart. I call these late model because they kind of are. It's going to be in good shape. We'll do upholstery, wheels and tires, that kind of thing on it. The paint will polish out nice. It's got a windshield on it, etc. So pretty happy with this cart. We might be ecstatically happy with this cart sometime tomorrow. All right, so we'll let this thing charge. Tomorrow we'll put the charger on the other 3 batteries. I'll keep playing with this motor and controller. I'm going to jack up the rear end, get one tire off the ground. These aren't Positrack or anything. And so that I can let the tire spin without working it back and forth. I think it will run longer. And the longer it runs, I think the better it will do. And I'm going to go with, I think somebody got this wet. So that's my idea. All right, guys? All right. See you tomorrow. Guys, I'm still fiddling with it, but I thought I'd bring you back and show you something I found in case it turns into something. So right now I have that white test lead on the battery side of that solenoid, okay? A few minutes ago when I tested the voltage there, I had 53 volts. The charger was charging hard, etc. I've now moved the charger to the other 3 batteries, and we're almost back to 50. There it is, 52 volts as that charger starts ramping up. Okay, so I had 53 volts at that moment on the positive side, battery side of that solenoid. On the switch side of the solenoid, I had 43 volts. I was dropping 10 volts across that solenoid. Now that's not cool. So watch that dog. He's having fun. He's a good boy. Okay, so we're at 52.2. Let me change my clip to the switch side. The key and everything is off. Oh wait, where is it? Anyway, 42.9. Why? Ask me that. Why are we dropping 10 volts across that solenoid? The other question is, why would it be on? I don't know. I don't think it should be on. But what happens if we shorted across that and gave it all the voltage? You can't do it with the jumper wire because it's way too much current. 43 volts on the switch side, 53 on the battery side. You can see the dilemma. You see where I'm going here? I got a wheel off the ground, it'll be safe. Alright, here we go again. Run. Beeps. On. Didn't do nothing. Oh, that's a backup beeper that doesn't work very good because it got wet. So it's not turning. I heard a solenoid kick. And what do we got? We have 49 volts now across it. Interesting. And they're fading. Interesting. I'm still going to jump across that solenoid. Maintain the voltage. That's very interesting. I'm not in the meter. $48.2 it says. 47 it says. $52.7 it says. So at this point I can't get the wheel to spin at all. In fact, since I jacked it up, I haven't been able to get the wheel to spin at all. So had to know. I had to know. I made weird noises. Okay, still scratching my head. Here we go. All right, good morning, boys and girls. It is the next day. So I had left the charger charging on the 3 batteries on the passenger side all night, and it was still, charger was still charging 2.1 amps this morning. I moved them back to this side because I'd only given them a couple hours yesterday to charge. So it appears that we may have to run this charger for days to get all the batteries 100% up on that smart charger. So I left the heater running all night. So I'm thinking things should be, oh yeah, nice and warm. Not hot, but warm. So I think we can shut it off. Take it out of here. And I think I learned something watching a couple videos. I do watch Kevin's golf carts. I'm not sure actually who explained it, but I think there's a sensor that the computer knows, the controller knows, if a wheel's free spinning, and it doesn't allow that to occur. It didn't happen on my 08 because I jacked up the rear end and I ran the tires. I guarantee that's happened there. But I'm going to take this jack out of here and we're going to try again without the jack. Okay. So adjusting things here. Run, click, on, going forward. Okay, so remember yesterday it didn't, once I jacked it up I could no longer make it do anything. And now it rolls a minute. I mean, it rolls a little bit. I had a subscriber comment on my video on my 2008 electric cart, but we were diagnosing this, and you know, they said that he said it a motor reset takes 30 seconds, so you shut all the switches off, it takes 30 seconds to do a reset. So if we wait 30 seconds, we should be able to repeat what we just did. It tried to drive forward for just a second and then quit. It's almost like the controller is looking for something that it doesn't have and shuts it off. unless we can get the thing to run a little bit longer. So we're gonna go for reverse this time. Run, on. Okay, so tried to go. Tried to go, even spun the tires a little bit. So had some authority. So I'm gonna play with this like this and see if I get it to run any longer. And then at some point we're just gonna throw in the towel and probably get a controller coming for this thing. There's a chance that I keep this cart. I mean, I'm more of a gas cart guy, and my goal one day was to end up with a Drive 2 EFI gas cart, but I don't know. We'll see. This there's a bunch of scuffs and things. I think it will polish up better than it is now. It's been sitting around somewhere. But you know, getting a lithium pack for this thing and knowing that I got to buy a whole seat for this because I got the wrong seat. It's not even a Yamaha seat. You know, maybe this gets classed up a little bit. Put some really nice wheels and tires on it. Clean it up, detail it up. And, you know, I don't know. Maybe we keep one. If I can find a good place to store it, not in my way, not outside. So, okay, I'm going to continue to play with this controller, see if it does anything else but start up and shut off. And I might post on the Yamaha groups page as to what it does. See if I get any response. Okay, I'll be back. Alright guys, I just did this again in forward mode on the trailer, and I had the tires smoking. It ran until I let off the throttle. I was literally burning the rear tires on my wood deck on my trailer, and then when I hit the gas again, it wouldn't go again. So I would say it's progress. Do you want to see this? I'll do it again. It's quite noisy. You know what, I should, just because it was noisy, I got the neighborhood dogs barking at me. But it's not like it's that early in the morning. So yeah, let's try this. Run on. Okay, it didn't do it. Alright, we're going to try it again. Dang. Alright. Next thing I'm going to try is to see if this thing will get off the trailer. So instead of trying to run it, you know, while it's tied down, see if it will run and drive somewhere. We'll go for that. Here we go. Alright, I'm going to try and get this off the trailer under its little own power. Oh, I got the run switch under here, don't I? Gotta do that. Reverse, on. Dang. Alright, I don't know, just playing with things. I left the key on, it's in tow mode. I'm going to flip the switch and jump on this thing as quick as I can and see if it drives forward. Again, just playing with things, right? Dang. Alright, we're still playing. right, Facebook, I got a challenge for you. So this is a 2018 Yamaha Drive 2 48 volt cart. I bought it from a dealer. I bought many carts from him. I fix them up and on my YouTube channel, Glenn Speed Shop on YouTube. And then when I'm done, I sell them. I do 1 or 2 a year, but I have an opportunity for a lithium ion battery for an electric cart. Lately I've just been doing gas carts, so I picked this one up so I could take advantage of a sponsorship on a lithium battery. This one was a back lot at a dealer because it supposedly has bad batteries and the controller is bad. So someone had diagnosed it previous to me. They wrote on it, bad controller. All the connections were still very, very loose. I tightened everything up. I've been playing with it. I have a 24 volt charger, so I've been charging the batteries, half at a time. Batteries, I think, are actually good. They got 50.5 volts in the string. So here's what happens. I put it back into run mode. You can hear it click, click. Turn the key on, hit the gas. Currently nothing, okay? But earlier today, 15 minutes ago, I had this thing still in my trailer and I was getting it to lurch forward and lurch backwards. And in playing with it, just goofing around, I shut everything off to kind of reset things, and while it still was tied down on the trailer, I put it in run mode, turned the key on, hammered the throttle down, and smoked this tire for quite a few seconds. Then I let off the gas, put the gas back down, and nothing, just like now. So I thought, well, it might do something if I take it off the trailer and not, have the thing tied down, spinning on the plywood deck, and nothing. It won't move forwards or backwards. However, on the trailer, I was getting it to, lurch backwards, and it would shut off, shut it back down, give it a chance to reset itself, and then I could get it to lurch in the other direction just for a second. But that one time, like I said, I was just smoking that tire. It was squealing and squalling for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, something like that. I think it had continued, but I let off the gas, and then it wouldn't do anything after that. So, what do y'all think? Ready to order a controller, but before I did that, I wanted to check with y'all. All right. Here's a quick update. After sitting for a little bit while I was putting tools away and such, I jumped back on it again and turned the switch on, turned the ignition switch on, hit the gas, and drove it 10 or 12 feet to here before it quit. I've tried it a couple times after just a 30-second cycle, and it bumps ahead slightly and then quits. But it did drive 10 feet. I engaged the gas pedal twice in that 10 feet, and it worked both times. Right, here's a cool update. So I came out here a bit ago and turned everything on, hit the gas, started going forward. So I put the seat where it's supposed to be, unplugged the cord, hit the gas again, and it started driving normally. And I'm like, whoa, look at this. Remember, I did a 2008 here a few years ago, and it's doing the same thing. Every time I do something with it, it works better. Pretty soon it works normally, and that thing worked normally. And we used it, and then sold it. So I started driving around the lot here for about 5 minutes. It wouldn't quit. Took it out in the cul-de-sac and drove it another 10 minutes. Still wouldn't quit. I pulled over to the side of the road, gave it just a little bit, and then hit the gas again. Took right off again. Forward, reverse, doesn't matter. It sounded good, smooth and quiet. I brought it in, I parked it here, I turned the key off, turned the key back on, it won't go. So we're resetting the motor. I had to do a couple things real quick, so it's been a few minutes. I'm going to turn on the run switch, and see if it'll go again. If it does, take you for a ride. I think it's healing itself. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Click. Click. Oh no. No. Just what I want to show you. It was good while it lasted. Alright, more updates to come. Alright guys, started running again. Finally I have my camera with me. Dun, 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 dun. And I suspect it will run until I shut the key off. Remember where we started with this, it wouldn't do anything. If I can go a few rounds around the yard, we'll take it out on the street. It's a long way to push it if it does. Sure wish I had the right seat in this thing. It's falling all over the place. So I'm starting to suspect the solenoid itself, because that's one thing that can work well 1 minute and not the next. You know, if the contacts are burned, so once in a while it makes a good contact, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, shall we venture out? It's out of the driveway. Someone on Facebook groups page, suggested brushes. No, I don't think so. Brushes work till they burn out, and then they don't work anymore. They don't work perfectly 1 minute and then not work at all the next. They get worse and worse and worse, and they finally just burn up, and then they're done. You might get them to beat on it and work a little bit, but glad I had the camera handy when I tried this again. So it sat for half hour or so, with the charger on it, but I still was having between 50 51 volts. Even after my 15-minute drive, I still had a little over 50 volts. So I don't suspect batteries at all. But I'm pretty sure when we get back, we'll do one more lap. I'm pretty sure when I get back, if I shut the key off, it's done. And I'm wondering if that's because the solenoid will drop out, and when it comes back on, if it doesn't get a good enough contact, it's not going to work. But everything in the controller seems to work fine. I floor it and we get right up to, I don't know, 13. Lord, it's right up to speed. Good torque. I have the motor cover off still back there, but still quiet and powerful and smooth, as Yamahas are. Alright, so we're going to pull back in. We'll shut the key off and see if it once again doesn't work. And I'm real tempted to, I'm going to order a solenoid for this. I have measured across that solenoid and will always drop a few volts across it, and that may be a piece of what's going on. I don't really know how all this works, so hard to diagnose something you don't know how it works. But I also know that if you have a bad set of contacts, I was 45 years in the electrical industry. If you have a bad set of contacts, let's just go reverse, and you have more voltage, then you have more ability to pass current across the bad contacts. So having the charger on it and batteries at 100%. Okay, so we're back and forward, and nothing. I didn't turn the key off. I went to reverse, it backed up, went back to forward. I heard the solenoid turn off, and we're done. So anyway, at least you got to see it run. Well, boys and girls, I've had this out 3 times. 3 times this ran enough for me to ride it for 15 minutes. And I believe I could have rode it all day. If I let off the gas more than about 10 seconds, throttle, it will click off and it will not drive again. So that's one clue. If I hit everything just right, turn the run switch on and the key on, hit the gas just right, it seems like once in a while it runs. Sometimes it just bumps ahead a few feet, and sometimes it does nothing. So again, I've ordered a solenoid. It's a $36 part. They eventually will go out anyway, so let's put a solenoid in it. My clues are, when I got it, they said the controller's bad. This came from a dealer. Doesn't deal in Yamahas. They deal in other brands, new carts, but sell used carts. And they used to buy truckloads of used carts. This is the 3rd cart I've purchased from them. So they have experience. They have people. I don't know if they have the correct tester, if they pulled that controller out and actually tested it. I don't know how they did that, but they said it was bad. They wrote on it, it's bad. I have no reason to disbelieve them. I just wanted to go through this process in case. So I think we're going to end this video here and pick this back up. I'm filming in October, but this should post early December. That's just how we roll. So remember, Saturday, Sunday, 6 a.m. That's when my videos go live. So this allows me to take a week off here and there, and videos still happen for everybody. So that's good. Looking at the motor, I believe that motor's been out and someone's worked on it recently, or it'd be as dirty as the rest of this thing. I don't expect a motor, but anything is possible. A couple folks on the internet are saying it might be brushes. Well, I doubt it. I can push this cart forwards and backwards. It doesn't affect a thing. It's very much electronic. I'm sure of it. It's not allowing this thing to roll. I think the solenoid is possibly working properly as far as its function. When it closes the contacts, I just believe the contacts are old, and it's because of the voltage differential I get between the battery side and the load side of that solenoid. It has varied 3 to 10 volts, and I believe that's unacceptable. That's reason enough to replace that. If that doesn't get it, it's controller time, and in the meantime I'll be researching what controller to put in it. Just to buy a stock controller, not these days. These days there's a lot of options in the aftermarket. I'll be researching that. I'll make a decision and we'll get it coming. So that's what's happening. 2 days the solenoid will be here. Today's Saturday. It'll be here on Monday. And yeah, we'll go from there. In the meantime, what a stupid cooler design. There's like half a gallon of water in the bottom of this cooler, and there's no drain plug on it. And it doesn't come off. It's bolted on. It's a great looking cooler. Fits very nicely. All that stuff. I don't know why it's got a carry handle on it. It's not going anywhere. It's attached. You would think there'd be like an insert that comes out, but there ain't, as far as I know. Anyway, that's stupid. What they should have done is put a little drain tube on the side right over to the gutter, and it would drain under the cart. Might do that. Alright guys, appreciate you watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up on the way out. Remember, I check comments every single morning, so if you have any comments on this video or any other, or just want to say hi, I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll catch you on the next video.